Private language lesson or group language course? Which one should you choose? Introduction. Learning a language can be a passion or requirement or desire. Sometimes if you want to learn just for fun, there are so many ways you can learn, for example, buy CDs or online videos etc. However, it may take time for you to complete your task. Since you are just learning for fun, so maybe it can take a year to so, or maybe you stop learning due to a low level of excitement. It is not always a fun factor that makes you learn a new language. There can be much more factors. For example, visa, business, immigration, scholarship requirements. In this case, you must learn the language and learn it quickly. You need a language teacher and someone to practice a foreign language. Self-learning is not a good idea because of pronunciation and accent. There are many ways to learn languages from experts. Some institute even offers private language lesson and group language lesson. Both the methods are quick, however, there are pros and cons of each method. In this article, we will try to figure out which method is better. Private language lesson or group language course. Of course, it highly depends upon different factors. Description. We will take out few properties and then compare the private lesson and a group language course for each of them. 1. Flexibility in schedule. In a busy life, the first thing you want from the learning environment is time flexibility. You may need a class early or late, or maybe at different times on different days. Maybe you don't want a holiday on Sunday, you may prefer other working days. This option is only available with a private language lesson. A teacher and you and no one else. So, you both can contact about the time daily as well. However, in the case of group language you have no option but to opt for the decided time every day. It is good if you can manage it, it makes you punctual, but for this, you should be available for the class every day. 2. Student-teacher coordination. Someone teaching a group of a student may not be able to focus individually on every student. For the teacher, a group reaction could be enough. That is, if a few of the students say that they understand, the teacher will continue without asking individually. However, in a private class, a student will be in focus all the time. The student reaction will allow the teacher to move to the next lesson. In this case, a student can learn with a proper focus of the teacher at his/her desired pace. So, the student-teacher coordination will be better in private language lessons. 3. Better practice. It is always that the student feels a little hesitation while practicing with a teacher, and also the teacher is an expert. It means that the student cannot practice with the language teacher better in a private language class. However, in a group language course, all the group members have almost the same level of language and they are more friendly with each other. So, they are in a better position to practice the level with each other rather than individually with a teacher. It is something like the essence of a group language course where you spend a lot of time speaking a language with each other. The group study also includes dialogue practice and activities that are missing in the private language lesson. 4. Level of motivation. The best factor of motivation is the competition. In private language classes, there is no one to compete. Hence the low level of motivation. The only motivation is your language instructor motivating you daily to keep going. However, in a group language course, you have a man to motivate you. Id someone learning quicker than you. You want to achieve his level and skills. This is a motivation. You want to impress your instructor more than that person. The real motivation factor is lacking in private classes, and group language courses are very motivating. Another advantage of group study is you can later learn from your group mates as well. 5. Cost-effective. If someone asks you which program is more expensive, private learning or group learning, the answer is easy. At the individual level, the private language lesson will be more expensive. The reasons are many. You choose your time slot, the instructor only focusing on you, you are getting all the attention. However, in group learning, the overall earning depends upon the number of students in a group. But the individual student pays quite less than a private language class. That is why the group language course is cost-effective for individual students. 6. Quick learning. In group classes, it is decided already the duration and timings of the course. This is fixed, you cannot change it. However, if you are learning private lessons, you can decide your own pace. You can finish the whole process in very little time than a group language course. But this may not be as efficient as a group language course. The reason is private classes miss the factor of practicing with a group. 7. The question. Sometimes question in a group learning by one student or learner opens answers to many other questions. These types of questions increase conceptual learning. This questioning also increases the confidence of other learners to raise the question. Private language lessons can be boring at the time. However, group language courses are interesting and entertaining. The question sessions are always key to learn and make the concepts more clear. 8. Choose a teacher. Choosing a teacher is an advantage of private language learning. Many institutions provide teachers at many teachers for learning the language. You can select your favorite. However, for group language courses you may not be able to find a teacher of your choice. Conclusions. Based on the above, we can conclude that the real motivation, enthusiasm and practice of learning belongs to a group language course. If you can manage it without a scheduling problem, it is a better choice and cost-effective as well. If you need the time flexibility and cannot attend the daily group course sessions, go for the private language class, but for this you need a lot of motivation.